of retirement. You got any suggestions for me after I get through with it? Hey, Irondequoit may decide not to go through with it. I don't know. Are any of you people working? I'd like to know. No? So you're all retired.
I want to work. Maybe we have to get together.
Yeah.
Create.
See, this is what I hope when I do those sessions, that people will say, I want to get together.
We create jobs.
I don't want to work.
You're probably thinking, well, I'm too old. That's what they tell me. I'm too old. I can't learn. I got too many other things to do.
I do.
The first semester, they're there. At the end of the semester, they say, I get it. Even though they've been 20 years. Now, we have experiential credit. I did that. Now, what the hell is that? Remember when you went to a class and the instructor had some old yellow notes that he taught from? He taught the same freaking thing for 25 years. He said, well, we're going on page 8. Now you can get credit from working or taking a test, and it counts. Professors are saying, what you mean? They're not going to learn anything. They got to be in my class. They do like hell. Not anymore. We call this experiential. It's learning outside of the classroom. Now, you go to Empire State, after you've done your associates at MCC, you don't have to go to classes. You can take work. They work with a mentor. So a lot of people, like yourself or others who don't have time to, to do a job, and it would take adult students, because you know that you need that degree and want that degree, and you're willing to spend time. I could put you in touch. How many here have associate's degrees? Okay. You could be eligible to go to, let's say, Empire State and get a lot of credit through them, experiential credit, and get your degree in a shorter period of time. So this encourages adult students to do that. Well, for me, for now, that's going to be my thrust in working with people. Am I working in a store? No. Am I getting paid? No. But I'm happy. I'm happy to do it. That's the kind of thing. I don't think I got to get a job to be happy. Now, if I'd have stayed working in my father's store, a year after he pulled out of it, some guy bought it and went out of business. Hell, I would have nothing. So I didn't let that influence me, except that I talk to students and I say, you got to select a career. I'm saying to myself, what the hell did I do? I'm not working in my career, and never did, except wash the windows for them on the outside and make a quarter. So if you think that you want to do what you want to do, you got to do it. And hell, age doesn't seem to be a factor. I had a guy by the name of Mr. Kelly. He was in his 70s. He wanted to be a teacher. Now, you think I was going to say to him, what the hell's the matter? You nuts? So I worked with him and encouraged him, and he went on to SUNY Rockport. Well, I talked to the professors out there and said, here's a gentleman. Bill, don't worry about it. He graduated, but he couldn't teach because he wasn't able to do, they wouldn't let him do student teaching. But he got a degree. That made them happy.
Yes.
So I guess you don't know when you're eligible to do things, you do it. So I'm saying age doesn't seem to be a factor. My son says 86, Dad? Yeah. He kids a lot with me. But it's fun. And I'm sure that you people have experienced some good things in your life and want to continue with doing that. How many here have taught before? Oh, really? Locally?
Greece, Athena.
Hey, you know Larry Lacey?
No.
Oh. Oh. Where'd you teach?
Actually, I'm doing some tutoring at this point. I don't have a.
Oh, are you? Okay, well, that's working
I
in
do
school.
some of it
So,
at MCC.
at NCC?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Who'd you work with in tutoring out there?
Um,
You did it through the tutoring center.
no, I went straight to the physics department.
To the business department?
Physics.
Physics.
Physics, oh, high-level stuff, yeah. Are you still doing that?
Yeah.
Okay. In Greece, what'd you teach?
American history.
American history, okay. You can do a CLEP exam in that, take a test, and get 3 credits.
I did that in college. I said, this class looks too easy for me, Mr. Professor. He gave me the test, and I said, that's it.
Really? So you taught it, well, that's a big subject.
Yeah.
Political science,
Mhm.
or was it just American history?
No, it was social studies.
Social studies, okay. That was a big one. That was a requirement. That and English, math, science were requirements. So you didn't have to worry too much about your classes being filled. It was the people who taught art and music and things like that, that when they eliminated classes, those were the first classes that they eliminated.
That's still true.
And that's still true, I know it. But you know what? These people who taught these were they were so talented. And I was in the counseling, I was the guidance director at Irondequoit at the time. He said, Bill, send me some students who are artists. But you know what students they got? They were students who had trouble with the academic courses. And it wasn't fair because these people were just such good instructors.
See, that brings up a point, because what you're saying, I totally agree with. But what do you do with a student who comes out of high school as a graduate, but it doesn't have the intelligence, we'll put it bluntly,
The intelligence?
to go on to college?
The intelligence or the motivation?
Yeah, well, that ties into it, yeah.
Okay, good question. What happens when a student graduates from high school? We have what they call TRS courses at the college, which is probably the biggest program. It's remedial everything.
See, when I came out of high school in 1949, and I worked for 43 years with Gleason Works, but in those days, the industries had a big advantage that almost duplicated something like what you're talking about. They had co-op courses.
Ah, yeah,
And
I
for
did that
reasons,
too.
unbeknownst, now Gleason Works had a program where you worked 6 weeks and then went to RIT for 6 weeks.
Oh, they got a big
But
program.
over the years,
Yep.
for some reason, that all got eliminated. But the thing that we had an advantage of is when you went to those classes, you were guaranteed by the company you worked with, you had a job.
You went to RIT.
I didn't go there. I got hired by Gleason's in 1949, and they taught me a job. I came out as a draftsman, but the company taught me a job that you wouldn't have, it was a specialty, because we were a specialty company, still are. But I lasted 43 years, and I enjoyed doing what I did.
Yeah.
But if it hadn't been for that company teaching me something that I would have never
You
gotten
learned,
in high
yep.
school.
Big thing, co-op today,
Co-ops were
big.
big things.
Co-ops are big today.
But somehow they got wiped out.
You find they're coming back. because high school or colleges are finding. I did that at NCC. It wasn't a strong program because, but now it is because, as happened to you, you got some good training from the company.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that.
Now, it's the first thing they ask you is, because you said, how many degrees do you have and what are they in?
Yep. They want you to hit the floor running.
Yeah.
They don't want to train. They haven't got time to train. They do in some areas, but basically that's what they want. Somebody who's trained, and the second big thing is team player. Team player. You could work, because teamwork is the way they get things done, I guess, in industry now. There's no loners there. You work as a team.
That started when I left.
Right, and this is the things that now you learn through co-op. And you know what? You also learn that in a lot of classes. It doesn't make any difference what class it is. You find that faculty work in things like not only the subject matter, but when you go out there, what to expect, how to handle things. Very, very important. So there has been a lot of changes to upgrade. And age, you don't even, let me say, you're how old? 48? Yeah, we got a couple. Now, when somebody calls me on the phone and they say, well, I've been away from school for 20 years. They expect me to go, you're right, really? I'll go, is that it? I'm very excited.